his trip to Brussels, President Biden warns U.S. businesses of a possible cyber attack from Russia as the war in Ukraine continues.
Plus, the dangers of getting caught in the storm. A driver in Texas is lucky to be alive after being tossed around in a deadly tornado.
And getting rid of a long-standing tradition, why a Dane County supervisor wants to stop saying the Pledge of Allegiance before every meeting. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Tomorrow, President Biden heads to Europe for a number of emergency summit meetings about Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
White House officials say the president plans to announce new sanctions to punish Russia and to demonstrate Western unity. The president will make stops in Brussels and Poland. World leaders are also expected to discuss how to further help the military in Ukraine and what next steps may be if Ukraine can no longer withstand Russia's assault. The president will be without his usual press secretary during this trip. Jen Psaki has tested positive for COVID. This is the second time Psaki has gotten the virus. On Twitter, she wrote that she will be following CDC guidelines, and the president is not considered a close contact because the two have socially distanced. They've had socially distanced meetings over the past few days. President Biden tested negative today. American businesses on high alert as fears mount of a Russian cyber attack hitting the U.S.
Meanwhile, the fight in Ukraine rages on. Chris Wynn has the latest.
Ukraine on the offense after regaining control of Makariv, threatening Russian resupply as well as efforts to circle the city. But as the Ukrainian counterattack appears to make some headway, U.S. officials now believe Russian President Vladimir Putin's next escalation could be a direct cyber attack on the United States.
We are constantly monitoring our own critical infrastructure here at the Pentagon and throughout the U.S. government to make sure that we can remain resilient against a cyber attack.
An urgent warning to American businesses to strengthen their cyber defenses immediately.
The president has been very clear. If we're attacked in cyberspace, there will be consequences for that.
The Biden administration says the private sector can guard against cyber attacks by using multi-factor authentication and changing passwords across networks. The alert comes as Russia continues its assault.
In the moment, and each day Mariupol is destroyed more and more. Till now, in our estimation, about 90% of our infrastructure is damaged and destroyed.
The southeastern port city of Mariupol, once home to more than 450,000 people, now reduced to rubble. Families fleeing for their lives, unsure of where to go.
I'm 84, and this was the first time in my life when I felt horror. I couldn't believe it happened. It was just a shock.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Right now, more than 200,000 people are trapped in Mariupol, according to Human Rights Watch. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Dana Fulton out on the damp weather patio.
A little breezy, too. Damp and breezy outside on the patio right now. Cloudy and chilly. All not fun words to describe the weather forecast for us this evening. We have a bit of a break in the steady rainfall in Dane County. It's been on and off spotty drizzles this afternoon, and now some steadier showers expected to build in later this evening and overnight. Right now, we're seeing those steadier showers into Platteville and Lafayette and Rock counties. Cloudy skies for us overhead. Temperature-wise, we are in the mid-40s compared to this time yesterday. Quite a pullback, about a 30-degree pullback for our temperatures. Wind speeds in the mid to upper teens for most of southern Wisconsin, so again, quite breezy outside. 48 in Janesville and in Mineral Point right now. Wind speeds in the mid to upper teens coming in from the southeast. Wind gusts have been in the mid to upper 20s at times. Temperatures will hold pretty steady for us for the rest of the evening and overnight because of that cloudy sky overhead, only dropping down to the low 40s for overnight lows. Hopefully you keep the umbrella on hand because we have some more rain in the forecast for Wednesday, but we will take a closer look at the timing for that in just a few minutes.
All right, what a difference a day makes, Dana. Thank you. A Dane County supervisor wants to strike a tradition that she says and views as dated and divisive.
She's proposing getting rid of supervisors reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to start every meeting. Will Keneally sat down with the supervisor and joins us now with more. Will?
Heidi Wegleitner says her proposal to get rid of the pledge at the start of each meeting is not about sowing division. Rather, she wants to promote inclusivity. The pledge sits at the top of every county board agenda right now. Allusions to God in the pledge and pledging allegiance to an American flag for non-citizens could be a barrier, she says.
Is there unity if not all of us feel comfortable participating if not all of our visitors or public commenters want to participate.
Wegleitner says this is part of a package she's introducing to make the board meetings more accessible. The County Board's Executive Committee will vote on the measure on Thursday. Wegleitner's proposal is certainly getting noticed. At 6, we'll hear from another supervisor who's pushing for everyone on the county to speak up.
Well, we'll see you at 6. Thank you. An extra $2 million will flow from the federal government into Madison's new homeless shelter for men.
That drives up the total investment and gives the city new opportunities to add services. Naomi Coles is here to explain. Naomi?
It's coming from a different part of the federal budget than the existing $2 million federal contribution. The council must still approve the project's location announced for Bartillon Drive 2 weeks ago. The city plans to build on this property, and the facility will house not just the basic homeless services, but also resources to help people long term.
These funds will help us construct a purpose-built men's shelter, which will provide safety, dignity, and opportunity for people who are experiencing homelessness. And it's very important that this is purpose-built, right? Because for decades, we have housed people experiencing homelessness in facilities that were not built to house people, in church basements, in old schools, in gymnasiums.
If you think you've heard this storyline before, you have. This is the 3rd location announcement for this project, with the first 2 falling through or failing to get city support. And when the mayor announced this most recent site 2 weeks ago, 5 elders opposed her process, but not necessarily the site itself. It'll go soon to the city council and kickstart bidding processes and more community input that could stretch for a year to come.
Naomi, thank you. Wisconsin Republicans held a virtual event today in honor of World Agriculture Day. Local farmers say the past 5 years have been a struggle for many in the business, especially dairy farmers.
I buy my groceries at the store just like everybody else. And when I go and I buy my milk at Quick Trip and I see my gallon of milk up $1 in the past couple weeks, I am going, what in the world is going on? And it's not—
Rachel Schrader is a dairy farmer from Jefferson County. She said during the pandemic it was scary at times not knowing if her farm's milk would even get processed. Many plants lost money and were forced to shut down also because of supply chain issues. Schrader says she wants to see good policy coming from Washington to improve these difficulties and not just have money thrown at her. Governor Evers continued his COVID thank you tour with a stop in Milwaukee today. The governor says the tour recognizes Wisconsin is in a better place to respond to the virus today due to the support and sacrifices of those who stepped up to protect their communities. Wisconsinites can participate in the thank you tour by recognizing someone in their lives who's been involved in the COVID-19 response. You can submit a note of appreciation on the DHS website. DHS will share these messages on the website and social media platforms until the end of the tour in May.
COVID testing and vaccination clinics at the Alliant Energy Center will be closing next month. Today, officials announced the clinics will close at the facility on April 3rd. The decision comes as COVID cases continue to decline across Dane County. Public Health Madison Dane County will still offer weekly mobile vaccine clinics. For a list of those locations, look for this story on channel3000.com. Today, U.S. Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson faced her first round of questioning from members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. The judge was pressed about past cases and her judicial philosophy. Skylar Henry shares a recap.
On day 2 of her confirmation hearings, U.S. Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson said her judicial philosophy is to be impartial and interpret the facts of each case.
As a judge in our system, I have limited power, and I am trying in every case to stay in my lane.
She also noted the importance of diversity on the High Court as the first black woman nominated.
It supports public confidence in the judiciary when you have different people, because we have such a diverse society.
Senate Republicans have characterized Judge Jackson as soft on crime and questioned her past sentences in child pornography cases.
I made sure that the victims, the children's perspectives were represented, and I also imposed prison terms and significant significant supervision and other restrictions.
During questioning, Judge Jackson said the First Amendment applies to conservatives and liberals equally. The Second Amendment is a fundamental right, and landmark rulings regarding abortion are settled law. But she refused to weigh into the conversation on whether the court should be expanded, calling it political.
I believe that judges are not policymakers.
The president watched portions of Judge Jackson's hearing yesterday and today and is proud of the way she is showcasing her extraordinary qualifications.
The White House says President Biden is receiving regular updates on the confirmation hearings. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Judge Jackson will face another round of questioning from members of the committee tomorrow. Senate Democrats say they are confident they have the votes to confirm her to the court by early next month.
Well, coming up, a pickup truck caught in the path of a deadly tornado.
More on this amazing video and how southern communities are preparing for even more storms when we return. And then later, after nearly 8 hours, a highway near Beloit is now back open after a semi caught fire. We'll have more on that story coming up at 6.
Stocks ended higher today after interest rate hike expectations mount. The Dow Industrials gained 254 points, ending the day at 34,807.
Your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio Enclosures.
I can't take it anymore. It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free? Perfect.
I can change, honey.
Not you. These drafty old windows.
Oh.
It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free from Feldco.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
My discount goes a long way at Bob's Discount Furniture. In fact, 4 sections long. My Luxe 4-piece sectional. Super comfy with soft chenille-like fabric. Super stylish with 10 accent pillows that I don't charge more for. And it's available in 2 colors. All this style and comfort for my everyday low price of $19.99. Space tight? Go with the 2-piece for an untouchable $13.99. Either way, that's a lot of sections for an untouchable price. Shop what's in stock, in store, or at mybobs.com.
Senator Ron Johnson, you know, when I lost my husband, he made sure he reached out to me. He made sure I had everything that I need, and still, you know, pick up the phone and call me if you need anything. He always says that a lot of people say things when they don't know. I said, I just wish people knew you like I knew you. So the best advice I could ever give a person is, before you listen to what somebody else has to say, please get to know a person for yourself.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. My team is fired up. We've discovered a new replacement gutter system that sets the standard for performance, durability, and beauty. It's called Gutter Shutter, and it's guaranteed to never clog, sag, or pull away. It's 100% made in the USA. We'll show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off the ladder forever. Right now, get 75% off installation labor, free financing for 24 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio Enclosures.
Dropping the Pledge of Allegiance from county board meetings. That's what one Dane County supervisor is suggesting. Tonight at 6, why she thinks it's divisive. Plus, testing our sewage for COVID. What's the data telling us? That's coming up at 6.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
Yeah. You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Investigators in northern Nevada continue to search for a missing 18-year-old. It's been nearly a week and a half since Naomi Iron went missing. The woman was last seen in a Walmart parking lot waiting to take a bus to work. Surveillance video captured a man in a gray hoodie get into her car before it drove off. Iron's car was later found a short distance away from the store. The teen's mother spoke with authorities today, begging anyone with information to come forward.
Please call. It could be vital to saving her life. And that's our #1 goal right now. Please save my daughter and bring her home. Please, anything, any little tiny bit of information, please call.
Naomi's brother says the family does not think the kidnapping was random. They believe the man who took Naomi knew her. Police believe the suspect may be driving a dark four-door Chevrolet pickup truck.
Today, the parents of accused Michigan high school shooter Ethan Crumbley were back in court for a pretrial hearing. James and Jennifer Crumbley are each charged with 4 counts of manslaughter in the attack that their son carried out at Oxford High School last November. The Crumbleys are accused of making a gun accessible to the teen and failing to intervene when the 15-year-old showed signs of mental distress. They will be back in court next month. Meanwhile, a steering committee is set to decide how to disperse nearly $2 million in donations in connection with that school shooting. And the committee is hearing that some people are not happy with the proposed criteria for who would get the money. Only those who were in the hallway at the time of the shooting would be eligible to receive funds, and some say anyone in the school should be eligible.
If we cover the whole school, there's at least 1,500 people in the school at the time, minimum. And I don't know that we have the resources to do that, especially if we're going to prioritize the people who were killed and the people who were wounded.
The steering committee will likely finalize the rules for who is eligible to receive funds and will reveal the rules next week. A driver barely escaped with their life after getting caught in a tornado in Texas. And people in other parts of the South are now bracing for more dangerous weather as a line of severe storms makes its way across the region.
The system has already produced a powerful line of tornadoes, leaving dozens of Oklahoma and Texas homes destroyed. Chris Van Cleve has more.
Workers and homeowners returned to this neighborhood in Round Rock, Texas, near Austin, looking to salvage what's left, hours after Monday's tornadoes tore through central Texas and Oklahoma.
There was a tornado right outside my window, coming right for the van, so I grabbed my stuff as fast as I could.
Somehow the person in this truck was able to drive away after a tornado flipped it in Elgin. The National Weather Service says multiple tornadoes touched down in the region, leaving widespread destruction in a dozen Texas counties. This school in Jacksboro, Texas, lost its roof and some walls when a tornado roared through.
This is what's left of the elementary school gymnasium. Hundreds of people were on the other side taking shelter from the storm. The police chief even got emotional thinking about how all of those folks walked away without injuries.
Cars in the school parking lot were tossed and flipped upside down.
Your family is here. You're holding the bumper of your car in your hand. What goes through your mind?
I'm just glad they're safe.
Wasn't never expecting this. Not one, Jacksboro never has a tornado.
Southern Oklahoma also reported damage. A tornado cut a quarter-mile swath of destruction through the town of Kingston, leveling businesses. Forecasters say this same storm system now threatens Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Jacksboro, Texas.
And more than a dozen injuries were reported across Texas in connection to the storms.
For us, it's just rain and a big chill. Let's get a look at your certified accurate forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
It is a little cooler outside today, especially compared to what we saw yesterday afternoon. The rain still coming down, light drizzle for us in Dane County, Rock and Green County, the south central portion of the state, southwestern Wisconsin, starting to see some more steady showers build back in. And we're going to hold on to the rain for the rest of the work week, possibly mixing with some light snow at times, but not concerned about any of that snow leading to accumulation for us. We're going to stay in the 40s or even into the upper 30s for afternoon highs all the way through next weekend. By this weekend, though, at least we'll get some sunshine coming through. Steady showers now lifting to the north. You can see that band starting to build into southwestern Wisconsin. Rainfall totals today have stayed under 1/4 of an inch. Most of it just coming through at drizzle, but we've had a few steadier bands, especially for the western side of the state. Off to the west, you can see areas of Iowa picking up over 2 inches of accumulation, and that's really what's going to build in for us overnight and for Wednesday. Temperatures are cooler, about a 30-degree difference in the last 24 hours, and with our cloudy sky overhead, overnight temps will only fall maybe a degree or two. Afternoon high temperatures won't climb much for us either. Scattered showers expected overnight, possibly a few thunderstorms mixed in. We could see some heavier rainfall at times overnight, so don't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder heading into early Wednesday morning. Mostly cloudy for Wednesday with high temperatures barely getting to the upper 40s. By late Wednesday into Thursday, any light rain might start to mix with some light snow. Temperature-wise, we'll be right around the mid-30s, so again, not concerned about that really sticking for us, but we could see some snow swirling around throughout the day on Thursday, possibly mixed with rain at times. So still just a little messy, a little gloomy outside for Thursday. Totals backing off just a little bit. Looks like we're going to see about an inch of accumulation for much of the eastern portion of the state over the next few days. Not quite as much to the southwest, but this is including what we've already picked up. So additional rainfall for Wednesday and for Thursday. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the mid to upper 40s. Cloudy outside, chilly and rainy, very similar to today. We'll be close to 40 again on Thursday with that mix of light rain and snowfall. Temperatures on Friday will be in the mid-40s, possibly a bit of sun in the morning, a little rain mix building in for us later on in the day. Saturday and Sunday, it does look like sunshine. It's going to be chilly outside, though. High temperatures will be in the upper 20s, again, well below average. Overnight low temperatures dropping down into the 20s. For Monday, we're in the 40s. All of next week, actually, we stay below average. High temperatures in the upper 30s on Tuesday and Wednesday with some rain building in. We start to steadily warm up, it looks like, towards the end of next week, back to the upper 40s, but we're not seeing a very strong climb back up with those temperatures, even heading into the following weekend. As far as traffic is concerned right now, probably need the windshield wiper blades. Wouldn't recommend following too closely behind a semi right now with the rain coming down. Things a little wet outside. We are seeing some delays east and westbound along the Beltline, but nothing that's unusual for this hour and no accidents to report. Downtown Madison also has a few red spots popping up. For Janesville, no major red spots, and as far as the interstate goes, north and southbound, all nice and green and smooth for us this evening. 25 minutes to get from the Beltline to Janesville, Middleton to Sauk City at about 16 minutes, and downtown to Sun Prairie about 17 minutes for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. Next at 5, as the war continues, thousands of orphaned children are struggling to leave Ukraine. Coming up, how aid groups from around the world are helping them reach safety.
Now, First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq Relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Has the winter taken a toll on your roof? Call Feldco today and get free installation on your roofing project. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Ah, fresh coffee.
Hurry! Free installation and soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
As the fighting in Ukraine continues, rights groups, right now age groups, are rushing to move orphans out of harm's way.
It's estimated about 100,000 children are in orphanages across the country. Tina Krause shows us how they're being helped.
These Ukrainian orphans have been on the move for days, escaping the violence unfolding around them. She says maybe Britain will be our new home. With the help of a Scottish charity, they're headed to the UK.
All we want to do is give them safe, temporary sanctuary in Britain until the war's over and it's safe for them to go home.
Hundreds of others are already getting settled in their new homes. These kids found shelter in Lithuania. For so many children so young, the journey out of Ukraine is a long one, and a potentially dangerous one, too.
There is a huge risk of vulnerable children being trafficked or being victim of forced adoption.
Some of the most vulnerable orphans have reached relative safety at this hospital in Kyiv. Doctors are rushing to perform life-saving surgeries.
He will need open heart surgery.
These babies were abandoned before the invasion began and have spent the first months of their tiny lives fighting for survival. Tina Krause, CBS News.
According to the State Department, in 2020, Americans adopted more than 200 children from Ukraine. But during the conflict, adoptions have been put on hold, leaving many U.S. families in limbo.
Well, the final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now at 5.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new X700 series with 1.49% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this or covering this to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of DuraClean interior flat paint for only $14.98 after sale price and mail-in rebates.
McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo should probably be called McGann Furniture and Flooring because we're the area's oldest and most experienced floor covering store. Our friendly staff will explain the many types of flooring available, answer questions, and make suggestions so you can choose what's best for your home and lifestyle. We always offer free in-home measurements and estimates and use the finest installers in the entire area. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Tony Evers, all of them.
They talk, schools close down, police are attacked, belittled, critical race theory flourishes. They talk. One person does something. Kevin Nicholson has organized thousands of Wisconsinites to support our police, get kids back in school, and stop crazy teaching. You want talk? Talk. Or something done? The doer is no-nonsense Kevin Nicholson as governor.
What does the Larson experience mean? It means when you entrust us with your gutter or roof project, we'll treat you like a member of our team from start to finish. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. It's always been important to me to provide service that can't be beat. Over the past 10 years, we've worked with thousands of families in the community, and we make sure they're always in the loop from the moment we start the project until well after the project is done. We want you to brag about us. It's our goal, the Larson experience. My team has discovered a new product we're really excited about, Gutter Shutter. It's the strongest and most effective gutter system on the market, guaranteed to never clog, sag, or pull away. With the largest downspouts, stronger aluminum, and it's made in the USA. We'll show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off your ladder forever. Right now, get 75% off installation labor, free financing for 24 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new gutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new Z700 series with 0% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
Power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News. A senior defense official telling CBS News that Russia is deliberately targeting civilians as President Biden warns of an imminent Russian cyber attack against the U.S. Plus, the devastating tornadoes wreaking havoc across Texas and Oklahoma. We'll have the very latest on the widespread damage from the storm zone and the talented artist from Detroit being recognized for her achievements at the age of 85. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Dana, you know, keep the umbrella handy.
Yes, it is a little soggy outside and it's going to stay a little rainy. We have scattered showers for your Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the mid-40s for afternoon highs, possibly mixing with some light snow at night as temperatures drop down closer to freezing. We'll have a mixed precipitation on Thursday. Friday, the chance for showers yet again. Saturday and Sunday will be dry, but it will be chilly. We'll see high temperatures in the upper 30s, overnight lows back below freezing in the 20s.
Oh boy. All right, thank you, Dana. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you back here for News 3 at 6.